Hey all, Bryden Homes by the Foot and Remax Central Real Estate. Time to address something that has been coming up with a little bit more frequently lately. And it largely has to do with frustration in the market. To the point, a few of you, not many, but a few of you have decided to wait a year and see what happens. You're either waiting for your own situation to change. You're going to be able to judge that more than me. I'm not very high pressure. I'm not high pressure, as all of you know. So I am there when you're ready. However, the whole part or the whole reason I'm doing this video is to encourage you to put some serious thought into this and the repercussions. Because your own situation, you might know something I don't. That's great. But if you're waiting for the market to become more user friendly, that's not going to happen. Interest rates have been at a historical low for the last 10 years. We're not going back there. It's just, that was a situation coming out of the 2009 economic crisis, and then COVID, and it was just the perfect storm to have the prices drop and stay there for as long as they did. Historic averages are between 5 and 8%, depending on how many decades you go back. So we're now just getting into normal. So to see interest rate hikes drop or interest rates drop, could it happen? But we're going to be in the fluctuations that we have in the past. Sometimes it'll drop a little bit below, sometimes a little above. But I anticipate 5%, maybe 4 to 5% is going to be more of the new norm. But prices are not going to slow down unless interest rates go crazy. And there's the rub. Interest rates go crazy, that will kill the market. But then you're dealing with significantly higher interest rates. That's not going to happen. The government's not going to let that happen because it'll kill the economy. Matter of fact, there's been concerns from the banks and a lot of economists that they've already made mistakes in the last 2 interest rate hikes. Be that as may, this is where we are today. So, year and a half ago, you could buy that $500,000 home on let's say your income is $100,000. You could buy that $500,000 home with the double attached garage, the white picket fence, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, nice backyard. It was yours. That ship has sailed price-wise. But now with the interest rate hikes, that $100,000 income won't cut it because you now need $125,000 to qualify for that $500,000 home. And that's based on a 5.49 5-year fixed interest rate amortized over 25 years. You need $125,000, and remember, your annual income is $100,000 right now. I don't know of many companies that are handing out 25% raises. So either something's got to change internally, or you're very good at saving money to the tune of $2,000 every month. So you're already chasing it. But let's see what happens in a year's time. Now, to get these numbers, I've used a good friend and business partner, Michelle Holden, the home mortgage team of the Home Architects. She's got all my mortgages. I've been dealing with her many, many years. She's a fantastic person. Her contact information is below. She was extremely patient with me with numerous emails, several phone calls over the last couple of weeks because I wanted to get this right so that I could make it clear to understand for you and understand the pitfalls of waiting. So the information I got, if correct, is hers. Credit goes to her. If I screwed something up, blame is on me. Okay? Her contact information is below for any of this, and I highly encourage you, get qualified. You haven't heard that before. So let's paint a couple of scenarios. The likely thing is the rates are going to stabilize, but the price increases are still going to trend northward for the foreseeable future. Possible, but unlikely, is rates continue their upward march, which might kill the price increases and drop it, but that's going to make things even worse to qualify if the interest rates continue to go up. But let's say, highly unlikely, but rates do come down. And if rates come down, guess what? Home prices are going to accelerate even higher. But let's give you a couple of scenarios. So the most likely is we have a stabilization of the interest rates and prices continue to go up at the current rate. Current rate's about 12%. Let's say 10 for easy math. That $500,000 home that you're waiting to get, that you couldn't qualify for, but you want to see where things are at in a year, well, that $500,000 home is now $550,000. The interest rates have stabilized at 5.49%. Instead of $125,000 annual income, you need $136,000 annual income. So not only were you the original $25,000 short, you're now a further $11,000 short. And now you need a 36% raise. Or you save $3,000 each and every month. So let's say best case, prices start to slow down because of the last couple of interest rate hikes. Who knows? And we're getting to a slower part of the season, so things might align for you a little bit. Prices only go up 5%. No more interest rate hikes. Trouble is, in that year, you still have to qualify at, or you need an income of $130,000. So you're still $5,000 worse off than you would be today. Another scenario, prices don't go up. They have slowed and stopped. But to get there, the interest rates had to go up another 0.5%. That home is still $500,000 a year from now. Great. But because of the interest rate hikes, which is now 5.99% in this scenario, you need to make $130,000. So you're still worse off than the place you are today, which is still out of your reach. But let's go further. Let's say you get the price drop. They've raised interest rates high enough that the prices have come down and slowed down the market quite a bit. Prices drop 5%. So a year from now, that home is now $450,000, mission accomplished. But it will take probably another 1% of interest rate hikes at the very least to achieve that. Now, that home is $450,000. But at 6.49%, you still have to make $123,000 in income, which is better than it would be today, granted. But it took a full year and the economy to tank to gain that $2,000. And if that scenario hits, the economy is tanking and we get a lot of other things to worry about. So as you see, there's no scenario here in the real world without a major international shock that is going to put you further ahead by waiting that year. It can only put you further behind. So adjust your expectations. This isn't the forever home. What's driving the market right now to the levels they're at, even this last month, is the lower end of the price point. Apartments, townhomes. Because many people have adjusted their expectations out of necessity. They recognize that adjusting the expectations and joining the club is better than waiting. Because you wait, you can't get in. Whereas if you adjust your expectations, get that townhome, which is something you never really wanted, you get that townhome that you can qualify for. At your $100,000 income, you can qualify for $400,000 at that 5.49% interest rate. You can get that townhome. Not all of them, but there are still many out there that you can get that townhome. You live in there for a few years. How long it takes depends on what your expectations are. But even after a year, and let's say in my first scenario, the prices go up 10%, you've just gained $40,000 in equity due to the price increase in that home. So that's $40,000 of savings you didn't have to really save. Combine that with any savings you've made, any magic raises you get, you're a lot better off a year from now than you were by waiting. And if that continues for 2 or 3 years, now you're going to be in a far better position to maybe be able to afford that detached home, or at least be able to move up into a detached home with a rear attached garage. In every scenario, waiting could prevent you from ever entering the market, but adjusting expectations and getting in now, you are going to be further ahead of the game in a few years when you can get closer to the home that you want. So I hope this all made sense. Again, Michelle's information is down there. Ask her any questions you would like. My contact information is all over here. I encourage you, ask any questions you would like, because I'd rather see you in than a year from now you go, oh, I should have. Okay? Contact information, again, is all over this information, and hopefully we will talk to you guys soon.